Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I've already pulled out a couple of cards, Pisces, for you. Working with the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle deck and the Moonology deck. I'm going to say this, Pisces. I know for a fact that the energy in which you carry yourself, there's a lot of people that aren't going to like you. I'm just going to say that. There's a lot of people that aren't going to like you. And I don't mean that in terms of like, I wouldn't like this. No, I've witnessed it. It's really, really beautiful. And it's an energy I wish I could attain at some point. But, you know, I'm just myself. But, you know, I want to say though, like, just hear me out. I'm going to explain what your energy is in a minute. But I want to lead up to it. Because a lot of people, when they meet someone like you, they're either jealous because they don't see how they could ever be like that. They may also be jealous because when they are going through a difficult time, they feel pulled all over the place and they don't really find balance in it. They just don't like you because you kind of walk in a form of grace, impatience that no one around is. And you know, and there's people out there too who just like to get like a reaction out of others. They enjoy getting a reaction out of others. And your energy is someone that, to me, like what I'm looking at is someone that people don't get a reaction out of you. Not unless it's a reaction that you decide that you would very much like to engage in. You know, like you are not, if people are looking for buttons or trigger points in you, they're pretty hard to find. So, right, like that can, like I see three groups of people. I see people like myself that can look at your energy, and I'll be honest, there's not a lot of people I've met with your energy. I can think of one. I feel like there's a second person. I don't know who it is. It's weird. It's almost like, no, there's someone else here, Cindy, that you have. But anyways, I've always found that as sort of like the energy where I can get under the wing. And I don't mean to take advantage like of the person, like you need to protect me. It's just like I can sit here with you and I can feel really great. I can feel like, oh, it's so nice to know that there's people like this in the world. I want to say that's like the take I would have on this. But I have seen, like, as there is somebody in my life who is very much like this. And I have seen people question the validity of that person, question that person's actions and target them with hate. It's like, what the fuck? This is like an angel walking around on earth and that upsets you, so you need to target them with hate, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at your energy. I'm like, wow, it's just amazing. Okay, so these are the two cards that came out for right now, like looking at you right now. Surrender to the Divine and the Camel card. So the Camel card is somebody who learns to really persevere with, you know, different extremes in life. So sometimes when life is coming at you like really hot and heavy and intense, you kind of weather it. You know how to kind of walk through that period of that cycle when things feel like really cold or desolate, or maybe just, and the opposite of fire is like intensity and action and movement and anger and lust and desire, you know. And then when things come down and they're just like really quiet and slow, healing, and hey, you're like, it's cool too. I'm recognizing the cycles and I'm going to enjoy, or at least walk with grace. Just like walk with grace in these cycles. And what's really interesting is it also looks like you don't have a lot of control over some area here in life with surrender to the divine. And it looks like that could be taking you up and down on roller coasters at times as well. because of the camel. Like it's not surrender to the divine. And I'm getting like, the elephant in this deck where it walks with the flame. I can only see 2 feet in front of me, but I can travel 1,000 miles just going at a time. I don't know what happened there. That's okay. Things are falling down by themselves. So it's not that. It's the camel. It's basically saying, some days are harder than others, but there's a perseverance here. And I feel like kind of walking with grace as the camel just naturally does it. The camel has, because that's the other thing it talks about, right? That the camel has these resources within itself to be able to handle the extreme heat in the day of the desert and then the extreme cold at night in the desert. And what is God taking you through? So, some people might, even if they don't know your story, if people don't know your story personally, or to what extreme your story is, they may just look at you and go, wow, well, aren't they just walking so easy? Isn't life just easy for them? Well, life isn't easy for anybody. So, we kind of catch different people at different stages in life. And yeah, no, there's something you have no control over here. And there are days where it's really hard, and there's days where it's, you get by, and then there's days where it feels like you could dip, but there's whatever you need to get through whatever day you're having, you have it within you. Now, this is really interesting. So this is the other energy here. Okay, this is your underline. You have the moth, the buffalo, and then the lamb. So this energy shows me that in the past here, there was some sort of significant illusion. There may have been a focus towards the wrong things or directions in life. With the moth. The moth is flying up against the porch light at night, all night, right? Instead of holding back its energy. And maybe that's something that you used to do. Maybe it used to be that you weren't always the camel. They were like, yeah, there was nights in the desert that I was flying, boom, 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 up against that porch light that somebody left on all night, wearing myself out. And then came the day, you were exhausted. You couldn't really hang out in the sun. Really exhausted. But then, so maybe that's also maybe that's what this is talking about, is really like earth-shattering dismantling of that habitual pattern, that an unhealthy habitual pattern that existed in the past, and that just being crumbled down. Now, regardless of how or what things crumbled here, even if things crumbled down and it's, there's a positive outcome for you, that doesn't change the fact that when life crumbles, it's hard. It does have a tendency to be pretty hard. Now, the lamb, though, it's just like this. It's like maintaining innocence. It's like you maintain this innocence. It's sort of like this prophetic, sweet, innocent energy in the face of the tower. To be this prophetic, sweet energy in the face of the tower. And to be, there's a lot of things in life that you don't have control over, and I don't have control over. Other people, there's times. Sometimes I wonder how much control we have over anything. And you're like, yeah, man, cool, I can weather it. So, okay. The underline of the Moonology deck is confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo, a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So there's 2 new moon energies here. And then you have a full moon. I think you're waiting for some sort of cycle to complete that you have no control over. And you're doing it the best that you can. You may have kind of stepped outside of a comfort zone for yourself in the past here. Maybe that had something to do with the moth in the tower. Maybe people didn't really see you or understand you. Or I say the moth in the tower, the buffalo gives me that feeling there. Or maybe there was some sort of earth-shattering way that you kind of showed up here in life. But it was very prophetic. It was very beautiful. It was very sweet, and it was very innocent. And I want to say it was not misguided in whatever it was. Yeah. So yeah, it's nice. It's a nice energy. But I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, wow, there's a lot of people that, yeah, wouldn't particularly necessarily like you. And that's their problem, right? I hope you don't, by me saying that, like, I hope you're not taking offense to that. There's no offense intended in it. It's literally that's their problem, because this is such a really lovely energy. So surrender to the divine. This, like, your energy is, you could be having a really, really bad day, and I could bump into you. You could be a friend. And I could say to you, you know what? I need someone to come, and if you could come and help me move something, or are you free to do this? Even if you're having a really bad day and, you know, you have the time to do it, you're the kind of person that would, like, yeah, you know what? I can do it. I can do it for you. That, like, it's really nice. You're not, well, let's see. Let's see what the tarot says. I'm not trying to make you out to be perfect or anything. I just, you know, what's to say about it? Surrender to the divine. So I feel like with a full moon, this is something that you want. You would very much like some sort of cycle here to be over, that you don't have any control over. The Seven of Wands. It could be a period here where you have to be really protective of yourself too. Jeez. You have to be really protective of yourself, or there's people around you that are very protective. Kind of feels more like you're guiding yourself, like the divine is guiding you through an area here, and it's important that you keep your armor up, and the divine will make sure that the boat goes down the river the direction it's meant to go down. The Lovers. Ah, yeah, the Six of Swords. See, that's the divine taking you in the direction. And the Three of Cups. You have 6673 here. Interesting. 2 6s and 3. 3 and 3 is 6. Isn't that interesting, no? I feel like this is wanting to get back on your path. This is like wanting to get back on track. Wanting to get back on your path and back on track. And are you guarding this? Maybe you're even guarding a path here. You're guarding yourself until you meet the right person. You're guarding yourself until you can realign with a particular person. You're protecting yourself and guarding your path until something here is able to come to fruition in your life. And that's where you surrender to God. It's like, well, God's going to have to, if God is in control of this, I feel like you are at least in control of, are you though? Is God protecting you? Yeah, it could be. Surrender to the divine, the Seven of Wands. God is protecting you. To some degree here, you have given something to God. It does look like it could be centered around your protection. It definitely has to do with your real path here, where you find yourself going, your happiness, your joy, your exaltation. The Camel. Weathering these extremes within yourself, weathering the extremes of an environment that you find yourself in. The Ace of Cups. Well, that's a nice extreme. Wow, and the Sun. Oh, it's cool. Isn't it interesting? The water. The water and the sun. If you think of the desert. It's almost like you're keeping your waters in reserve, which is interesting. Pisces, you're keeping your water in reserve. You're persevering towards the truth. What's the Ace of Cups? The Three of Pentacles. Wow. Temperance. Talk about that, right? Like the heat and the water. Keeping yourself cool when you need to. Keeping yourself cool. And the Hermit and isolated. Keeping yourself cool, calm, and isolated. Healing. Emotional balance here. You might be times here where you're just feeling overwhelmed energetically, empathically here. I don't know if it's just in general, like the people that you find around you. And so this is part of why you are guarded and protected. The Sun. The Tower. The Chariot. It's like breaking free. Jeez. And Judgment. Look at that. I said breaking free, and his bird is like just soaring over all of the bats from the night, in the night, rising into daylight. No, it's almost like, it looks like you're in the desert at night. That's what this looks like you're in the desert at night. I mean, there is, like I said, this is not, whatever you're going through, it doesn't feel like it's an easy thing. But the way that you are going through it, how others would perceive you, you make it look easy. You definitely make it look easy, but it's as if you're persevering for the sun to rise. And when the sun rises, you break free. Giving me a real, was it Persephone and Zeus? No, wait a second. Oops. Hades and Persephone is really, that's weird how that's coming through. Is it weird? I don't know if there's some sort of link with Pisces or Neptune, but I'm really picking up that kind of energy here. Like, I don't know, the underworld. It's like being trapped in the underworld. It's almost like you're Persephone. That's what this feels like. And it's interesting, right? Like recognizing like cycles, because there were periods where she was released from the underworld, but then she needed to return to it, right? It's like literally like you're waiting for the sun to rise. It's given me really strong Persephone vibes. What was this buffalo in the... Oh, actually, no. What was the moth? What was the moth? The Daughter of Wands. The World. The Daughter of Pentacles. It kind of went from talking to listening. That feels like going from talking to listening. Like the Daughter of the Page of Wands is sort of like someone who's talking, communicating. But then the Daughter or Page of Pentacles is somebody who's learning. So we learn more when we're listening than when we're talking. It's almost like recognizing a cycle. Or that's where you surrendered. You surrendered to the divine. You were no longer talking, but you were listening. Yeah, you were no longer talking, you were listening is the moth. And maybe there was an illusion here that you were supposed to talk, but you were actually supposed to listen. How interesting. Now, that could be of someone around you. It could be of a situation. It could be the voice deep inside you. The buffalo. The Two of Swords. It's almost like a decision time. Time to make a decision. So you switched from talking to listening. And then it was important to make a decision. And then, right? And then you come up as very prophetic. The Lamb. The Five of Swords. See, like this isn't, I mean, this isn't an easy energy. This is, so you're in some sort of scenario here where something has been cut in half. Something has been cut out of your life, or two parts of your life feel like they're separated. You can't join those together. The Five of Swords. The Empress. The Daughter of Swords. There's a lot of page energy here in the past. So that's still, I want to say both those pages to me, Pentacles and Swords, are learning. This one is kind of like watching and learning. And the Five of Wands. It's like a lot of information that you were assimilating in the past. A lot of information that you were assimilating in the past. There's some sort of observation. But it's almost like, too, like all these cards, there's a lot that look like they're in the dark. Most of these cards look like they're in the dark. Like from the past. Yeah, you're giving me really strong Persephone vibes. Like somehow you're in the underworld. But you're dealing with it really, really well. And you're going to be having some kind of a moment here where you will be released. You will be released from this underworld energy. I wonder if this has something to do with who's in you now. I didn't mean that. It's so weird. No, your sign. It's like Neptune has retrograded back into your sign, right? And didn't Saturn go somewhere? I can't keep... I swear to God, the planets are like musical fucking chairs right now. Maybe they're like that all the time, but for some reason I'm paying more attention. It doesn't seem like it. It just seems like they're moving here and they're moving there and they're moving everywhere. The Seven of Swords and the Mother of Pentacles. See, that's weird. That's almost giving me like... It's giving me the vibe here like of Hades seeing Persephone. I have to like go back and read that whole mythology and everything there. And wasn't Persephone Zeus's daughter or something like that? There's some sort of correlation to that story in you, like them picking that up. And it's like Hades observing, right? And there's Persephone with her mother. Who the fuck was her mother? Didn't her mother give her up? Fuck, I don't know, maybe. I'm going to go do the extended Pisces. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what power do you have within this underworld cycle? And what is it meant to teach you at this time? There's two options in the description below if you'd like to follow me to the extended Pisces. Thank you so much, my dear Pisces. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.